Hi everyone, it's Nancy. I wanted to come on and show you a couple projects that will be my very first design team effort for Marisa from SweetPeaCurriosities. She has a shop on Etsy. She also has a YouTube channel and Instagram. So I wanted to show you these beautiful vintage embossed papers. You get 10 of them in the kit from her shop. They are just gorgeous. They are just so pretty with the embossing, and they're all different. They have different shades of cream and beige and white, and they even have a little bit of hints of color in them, just a little bit. There's 10 pages in the kit, so I wanted to show you a couple of things that I made with them, and I'll link her shop down below. The first thing I wanted to show you were these vintage photo frames, collage frames that I made. And let me just put them out here for you to see. They're really pretty. You can make them any size. The base is just a Polaroid cut shape out. Now, some people have the We Are Memory Keeper punch board that can cut the shape out. You might have a die that cuts the shape out. I just cut them out by hand. You can make them any size. Let me give you the measurement. I cut this size here, was 3 1/8 by 3 3/4. You can make them any size you want, but that is the size that I made. And let's see here, I think I made a bigger one. This one here is 3 3/4 wide by 4 1/2. So this is one size. You can make them smaller, larger, whatever size you want to fit in your journal. They're very easy to make. All I did was trace on the back. What I did was I first printed the pages on some cardstock. Not your copy paper, not even the 28-pound, but just a little bit thicker, just to give it a little more stability. And then I made it very easy for myself. I just cut through one side here to cut the middle out. And it's okay, because once you glue the paper all around, you won't even see that cut there, because you're going to put your focal point usually over there. So that's what I did. I did cut a bunch of them out. Here's some smaller ones that I made. What's fun about these is they are addicting to make, they are fun to make, and they are beautiful with the neutral backgrounds and papers. You can make them, a bunch of them at a time, without adding the focal point on. Have them on hand, and then when you're ready to add something to one of your journals or ephemera, you can just pick your focal point out and put it on there. Also, I wanted to just show you how pretty they are, and that they would look on a page. So let me just open this journal here and just give you an idea of what these look like on a page. They're so pretty. You can make them any size. You can glue them on 3 sides. You can make a tag to go inside. You can put one of the Tim Holtz people or photos in there. Any of your digital files, photos. Look how cute that is if you just put a photo in there, or just make a tag like a tuck. And they're just so, so cute. I want to show you this one too. I love that one with the mushrooms on it. Very easy to make. So let me continue showing you what we need to do. Over here, I just pulled out some scrap papers that I have from my scrap bin. This is just packing paper that I used, and I just sponged gold paint all over it. And I got this tip from Joie. If you haven't seen Joie, you need to watch her. She makes packing paper look gorgeous. So adding a little bit of this and a little bit of bling, to me, always makes your ephemera or your pages pop. So I have this to the side of me here. These are the ones here that we made, or that I made, I should say. And let me just take one of these out here. Let's see, I'll make this one here. put these to the side. So the first thing you're going to do is just by adding paper all the way around the back side of this to kind of frame the frame. So let me just start by maybe getting some of my packing paper with the gold. And no right or wrong way to do this. And don't worry about overlapping here. You could just go in there and cut that off. So I like how that looks. So let me just put some glue on my frame here. And we put that down here. And then what I do is I just go in and clip it. Cut the excess off here. Okay, here's the beginning of that. And let's see what else we have. Can't go wrong with some book page. So I have some book page here. So let me get some book page on here. That looks good. Kind of relaxing to do this, and it uses up a little bit of your scraps at least. So there's the beginning of that. Let's see what else we can put on here. We have some graph paper here that we can use. I just like the rough edges. I mean, you can definitely use cut paper. You don't have to, let's see where I want to put this. Okay. And you can build this frame out as much as you want. If you want it thinner like this, depending on the size of your page that you're using, or that you're putting it on. And see, that's what I was saying. Now you don't even see where I cut it because it's already glued there now. So it makes it really easy. Let's find something else here to put on. There's some words. Let's get a nice clean edge on this. Let's see how this works here. Okay. And as long as you can, if you want to use printed papers to go around the frame, nothing wrong with that either. But I kind of like using neutral colors because then your focal point can be your colored image. That's how that's looking so far. This is part of a page. What I did was I took a coffee dyed paper and some trims that I had. I laid strips of my trims out on the coffee dyed paper, lightly taped it to the coffee dyed paper, put it in my printer and made copies of it. So it looks so nice, and then I rip it up and use it for collages, and that's really fun too. I love doing that. Let's see where I want to put this. I'm going to put it over here. I hope everyone's having a good day. I just started making my YouTube channel. It's not easy, as a lot of you know already. It's very hard to talk on and make a video. I'm not comfortable doing it yet, so bear with me, please. I'm trying my best. I follow a lot of really nice ladies who I get a lot of inspiration from. and I'm going to try to get myself going here on this. So this is real pretty too. I took just book page and embossed it with an embossing folder, and I love adding that as well to any piece of my ephemera that I make. So it just adds a little something extra, a little more texture there. And let me get some more of my gold paper here. Just cut some of this off. And we'll put this down here. That's super cute. I love adding that gold paper. And let's see what else we have here. Oh, definitely some music paper. You cannot go wrong with adding music paper. So let's definitely get some of that in here. Turn the white edge off. And I think it would look really pretty here. Right there. Okay. That looks good. And you know, the more you build out, if you have a bigger page and you need to fill it, you can just keep adding more and more, paper along the edge. I feel like I just want a little something here, just a little bit of something. Just maybe some coffee dyed paper here, the strip of coffee dyed paper here that I could add. Let me just get a rough edge on here. There we go. And I think I'm going to add that right there. Yeah. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay. Maybe just that smidge of gold on the side. I can never stop at my gold paper, it seems. I want to add just a little bit more right on the edge here. Okay. Perfect. I love it. Okay. There's our frame. I think I'm happy with that. At this point, what I did, and it's you don't have to do it if you don't want to. If you're not a sewer, you don't have a sewing machine, you can make some faux stitching, or I used my sewing machine since I do sew, and add stitching lines. Let me just show you a couple of samples here. So here, if you can see, I just did a little zigzag stitch there and a little zigzag stitch there, and I did the same thing on all of them. So little zigzag stitch, and so on. You can mark it with a pen, marker, pencil, or a sewing machine. It doesn't matter. But at this point, once you get that done, you could just make a bunch of these in different sizes and have them on the side for yourself. And then when you're ready to put them in a journal, pull it out, find your focal point, and finish it off. And what I do is I find a focal point, and I use a Tracie label for it. So here, the mushrooms with a Tracie label, and one of my fussy cut flowers in a Tracie label. This one here, flower, Tracie label. This one here was a vellum sticker of angels, and what I did was I stuck the vellum sticker on a piece of paper, cut around it, and stuck it on there just to give it stability. And then I think this is a Tim Holtz butterfly and Tracie labels. So I think most of us use Tracie labels. What would we do without her beautiful labels? Tracie Fox. Okay, so once you get it to this point, if you want to do the stitching, like I said, I won't do it right now, but the next thing to do is to find a focal point. So I think you can use anything you want. I happen to have this really pretty blue fussy cut flower. I don't mind that it hangs over into the frame a little bit. You just don't want it covering a lot of your frame, because you want to showcase whatever you're going to put inside the frame. It's okay if it hangs over the side, like the mushrooms hang over the side. I think it looks kind of nice that way. So once I find a focal point that I like, I'm going to put it to where I think I want to have it, like that. I think that's pretty. I'm going to hold it, flip it over, and I'm just going to take a pencil and make a mark on the back of that focal point where it overhangs from the frame. And the reason I do that is because I don't want to put glue anywhere it doesn't need to be glued. So now that I see that, I just put glue inside, and then I can just line it back up with my pencil marks, which is right there about, and then I know I don't have to have glue anywhere it doesn't need to be. And then I usually put a Tracie label. Sometimes I put it up here, sometimes I put it down here. It just depends what size label, what it looks like. This one here, I put it down. Seems I put them down here a lot. You can use a big one, a little one. I have my tin here of all the labels. Might be able to pick a bigger one down here maybe. Don't want it the same size as your focal point. You know, there's no right or wrong to it, but you want something more pleasing to the eye. It's just whatever looks good to you, really. I like to put them up here too. And then you can always put something else down here if you want, like a word, a little saying. I can even add some book page in here. I wanted to put a little bit of book page or a little more of my paper. But let me see here. I think maybe a little bit more of the music paper might look really cute down here. And then I could either put the label here. Yeah, I think that's kind of cute. I can even give it a little inking here with the vintage photo. It's just, you know, play around. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's just whatever looks nice. And then maybe I'll put the label on top like that. Oh, I think that's cute. Let me do that. All right. Yeah, that's cute. And then you have a frame. And then let me just get that journal back here and just show you again how cute it's going to look. Look how cute that looks there. I just love it. It's a little big for this page, but it's just so cute. And like I said, you can make a tag to go in there, one of your own photos or one of your digitals, any kind of digital photo you can put in there. It's so pretty. It's just something different to your page, and they are very addicting to make. So that's my first project I wanted to show you with Marisa's beautiful embossed vintage papers. The second project I wanted to show you is courtesy of one of my mentors, Joie. Now, the last day or two, she came out with a video asymmetric envelopes, and she made them out of book page, also some other pages. But I thought it would make a beautiful envelope, this embossed paper of Marisa's. So I did make one of the envelopes. I just wanted you to see it. All I did on the front was little music paper, my gold packing paper, and a Tracie label. And then on the back here, I put more gold, a real pretty cutout butterfly, and another Tracie label. Now you can even, you know, put an address label and mail them. You would just have to take them to the post office. They would tell you how much postage you put on this odd size envelope. But wouldn't you love just getting something like this in the mail? And how pretty would this be just in your journal on a page? If you were to just, you know, put stuff in there and clip it on with a paper clip and have this beautiful envelope in there. And she made these out of, you can make them out of any size paper. I just used one of the digitals that I printed, the 8.5 by 11 normal copy size paper. So let me show you. I'm going to link Joie's video below. You've got to watch her because she is the queen of this, queen of making anything out of a book page, and it's gorgeous every time. But I think these papers lend themselves to these beautiful envelopes, and I like that they're different. So let me pause the video for 1 minute, get my table ready, and then I'll show you how to make this really quick and easy envelope.